Hi everyone. One of the things I do frequently is go around my yard and gather up branches that fall to the ground. These are just little ones. I picked up larger ones earlier on, and I gather them together to get them off the grass so they're not in the way of the lawnmower. And I'm sure you may have to do this as well. And I will throw them into my little fire pit for when I'm going to have a fire later on. And they're no good to me anymore. Jesus said in John 15, "Abide in me and I in you," which means live in me, stay connected with me and remain in me, and I will remain in you. As a branch cannot bear fruit when it's separated from the vine, or unless it's part of the vine, neither can you bear fruit unless you're vitally connected to me. You can see over here, this end of my yard here, I've got a couple of piles of sticks that broke off from the trees, or I might have broken them off, and they're no good for anything. Jesus says these are like our lives that are no longer really good spiritually for anything. He said at the end of time, all the dead branches, all the lifeless souls will be gathered together and tossed into the fire and burned. We have to be alive in order to produce. And the life that Jesus talks about is life in Him. I'm just looking at the back of my lot here and I see the difference here. Look at this difference here. Here's a vine that has been cut. See how lifeless it is? No good for anything. It's still tight, but I could pull it off. It's no good. It crumbles. No good for anything. And here's one that's not. See? Got some life to it. It's a grapevine. I'm going to have to break it off because it actually, in this case, will kill the tree. So I pull them loose. There we go. You see the life? Now, what's going to happen to this? You know, it's going to die. See how even right here it's connected to the main vine, the main branch. I'll set it down here and look, I step on it. Now once I break it off, its life source is gone, isn't it? And down it goes. And now that this smaller branch is broken away from the main area, it's no good. Our lives are like that. Jesus says, you've got to be part of me to find your source of life. I am your source of life, says Jesus. How does that happen? That happens as we come to Jesus and give Him ourselves, our hearts, our souls, our mind. All that we have in this earthly life, we give it to Him. And as we come to Him in faith and believe on Him, He gives us His life, and we are connected. See that vine climbing up the tree there? It'll go all over. Like that'll take over that tree. Now there's a tree that again died and fell. There's one that's alive. And so for you to have life, You must find it in your source, capital S. And that source is Jesus. He said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Nothing. Nothing.